poof, gone. Voxer, Notion, Google Drive, Kajabi, YouTube links to Canva. I have been doing high-end one-on-one work since 2011. In many ways, I entered the online business realm, or doing the complements to online business, from I didn't make a course first. I didn't make a membership first. I did one-on-one. I'm an attorney. I worked with people one-on-one, and then I used the digital components to complement and make the business better, which I think is the most beautiful part for those of us that are experts, whether it is because of our academic, our professional, or our life experience. We've got something, and that's the part that I fell in love with back in 2011. I wasn't a master marketer. I'm still not a master marketer. But I was really good at saying, hey, we could just do this on the computer. Wouldn't this work? Which, we'll rewind. I'll give you just a little snippet of my story if you don't know it. And that is, I am an attorney. I have a master's degree in taxation in addition to the law degree. I liked school a lot. But more importantly, I like solving problems. I want to know what the rule book says I can and can't do. I go to law school. I really don't know what the life of an attorney is like. I do not. I went to law school out of frustration in a corporate job, and they said, hey, if you want your name on these documents, you need a law degree. I said, okay. I went and got the law degree. Fast forward, I have a law degree, a master's degree, and an infant all within 18 months of each other, and was left going, oh my goodness, I need a way to blend these pieces together. And so I started in estate planning, and as a mother with a baby, Zoom was new. Zoom was really new back then. I just said to people, we could do this on the internet. We could meet while our babies are napping. And guess what? It was a hit. It was a pandemic-proof business model before the pandemic ever hit. And so that's how the lens that I've always had is, I'm an attorney. I like doing this. How can I use the tech? No, ma'am. Dog's going to drink my water bottle. How can I use the tech to complement that? So when I started 2011, 2012, that's what I was doing. And I've been duct taping pieces together since then, even including when I got Kajabi in 2015. Love Kajabi. It has been the infrastructure and the support system of what I have been able to create. And it opened 3 weeks before I gave birth to my second child. So huge, huge fan of the tool that allowed me to be the attorney, be the mom, be the wife, be the woman, and blend them together in a way that the tech could then deliver the product and the service. Even with Kajabi, now I was a founder, which meant I had enough real estate on the platform that I could do this. I could give every client their own product, which I did. I had a stylist service, and I could put all of their videos in there. I could put a link to the calendar. I could put any call replays. I made it their own space so they could log in and they could see it. Now, meanwhile, over the years, and when Kajabi asks for feedback, people like myself have been saying, look, yes, we love you. We do. And I still need Voxer. I still need Acuity. I still need this. I still need that. I'm copying from here and I'm putting it over here because there's so much more than just an online course. And I have been saying this for 3 years. I termed it as profits beyond courses because I saw the packaging changing. I say it's profits beyond careers, because now with the ability to take what you know, share it with someone else, and have there be a mutually beneficial exchange, fantastic. Well, enter Backstage. I am thrilled beyond thrilled, and I will show you exactly what it looks like in Kajabi. Backstage is the private portal. Backstage is all of the pieces that I've done for 15 years. Finally, I can keep it in one spot. I don't have to keep duplicating my work. And when Kajabi releases the MCP, which depending on when you're watching this video, it may have already been released, but when they release their MCP, my workload will go down even more, because the MCP can pull in the content that I am, creating based on AI systems that I have set up outside of Kajabi. But Backstage, if you are someone that you're like, look, I serve one-on-one. It's a very curated experience. Like, this can't be handled online. Oh, yes, it can. And when I say you will love it, and more importantly, your customers will love it. I remember in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, I was willing to be the fruitcake lawyer with a virtual law firm. And I knew people thought, well, that just means she can't cut it. That just means she can't get a job. That just means, she's a loser. I know what was said. That wasn't my priority. My priority was, you should see how happy my clients are, because my clients were families like me who a 2-hour appointment with an estate attorney means get a babysitter, drive to the location, be there, come home, tired children, take time off work, like any number of facts and circumstances. As a parent of an infant, which I was at the time, that was, you gotta be kidding me. So I suddenly was seeing how happy people were. And thank you. The pandemic was hard for everyone, but the biggest silver lining for me was I no longer had to explain what Zoom was. I didn't have to explain to anyone that you could do life, business, everything in between via a laptop, via technology, and have it be incredible. So Backstage, that is what it does. Kajabi has rolled this out, and if you are exploring and you're like, oh, well, what if? I encourage you, click through. I am an affiliate. I have been an affiliate since the very beginning. I was the very, very first person to ever get the Kajabi car. I've been around for a while, and I have done my very, very best, because Kajabi is making all of the learning curve so accessible. AI is making it so accessible for us. However, I know you want to protect what you're building. And so I bring this wonderful thing called a law degree and strategic legal thinking, and I bring it all to the table. So if you use the affiliate link, if you click through, you will see that I have crafted and created bonuses, because Kajabi pays me. You don't pay any extra. You pay zero extra. Kajabi pays me. If you use my link, you get definitely special perks. So let's dive in, and I will show you what Backstage is looking like and share with you some more ideas of just how cool you can use this to honestly be a starting point for many of us. Because when you're an expert, you typically start, it's very normal to be like, I work one-on-one with people. Like, this is what I do, because I don't make online, like, a course is not for me. Now, I will tell you, along the way, I figured out, I could package this, because this is how I think. I can package this in a different container. That's what Backstage allows us to do. It's a different box. It's a different gift bag. And it's like, ooh, I can still take all of it as me. And now I can put it in a gift bag that is highly curated and incredible. Thank you, Kajabi. All right, let's dive in. All right, so this is what Backstage looks like behind once you're on your dashboard. The video may or may not still be there, but when I click on settings, then you'll see I can change the details. Now, one thing I definitely, which feel free to leave me some ideas in the comments, Backstage just doesn't fit with my vibe. Like, I just don't like that name. And I do a lot of flight metaphors, flying. So if you have any ideas, feel free to let me know in the comments. I did turn on the meeting summaries. I did turn on the email notifications. So you can customize this. There is the video that was on the front screen, the dashboard when you logged in. But I can give it a name. You can give your own Backstage its own name. So it doesn't have to be called Backstage. This is me looking to see if I wanted to create a quick placeholder in terms of the graphic that goes there. So easy PSA, most of the Kajabi thumbnails are the same as YouTube thumbnails. So if you ever need to make a quick image, the YouTube thumbnail is the size that I use all the time. So here I'm just adjusting one of my standard images and I just changed the word and I put Backstage. Now I definitely was hemming and hawing, like I need to come up with a name. And so you'll see I popped over into Claude and I'm trying to like figure out a name. And then I realized this is a rabbit hole I did not need to go down. So I stopped myself and we got out of that rabbit hole. So back over into Backstage, and here I was looking at the welcome message that was going to send, and when I was just setting this up, I had to keep telling myself, Tamsen, just keep it simple, because I could have sent myself down a complete rabbit hole. The nice thing is there's not a lot here, so even if you do go down a rabbit hole, it's not crazy. So this is the preview. So from a client perspective, what they would see. Now, again, there will be lots of ways that I know we will be able to fine tune this, but I would really, if I can give any insight and wisdom that I have achieved over the last 15 years, people have no problem with like ugly tech, and you really can't have ugly tech when you're using Kajabi. You can't. But for those of us that are like, oh, but I'd like this font and I'd like this, hue of blue and all these things, just give people access to your genius. Just give people access to your genius and move on. So offers. This is where you can add an offer. So that's what I'm coming in here to do. I am going to create a testing offer. I highly recommend using naming conventions when you are playing with things. Testing is a great word to put at the beginning of something when you are testing it, because it makes it easy to find what you are testing. And then you can set the payment. So that's what I'm maneuvering around here. You can hook it up to Stripe. You can hook it up to Kajabi Payments, which gives you access to Apple Pay and Google Pay. You can do a recurring payment, which is a fixed price but no set end date. You could do a payment plan, which is a fixed price at regular intervals with an end point. You could do a full payment. Like, you can come up with whatever is going to work for what you're offering. So here I am in Notion, which is my digital infrastructure. This is where I keep track of all of my work. If I make it, it gets logged. And this is so important. And it's even more important now with AI, because if it can read from a database, it's a good thing. So in setting up this offer, I needed to go grab the purchase terms. So when you are selling things, please use purchase terms. Use purchase terms that have been customized towards your business, what you are selling, how you are selling it. I was just going in to find my airport architect purchase terms and what I had charged for that, because I had forgotten what I had done as the pricing point of that. And that's what I was bringing over, was the current higher end one-on-one offer that I do run. So that is me grabbing that. So here is the purchase terms, and I've done many videos on purchase terms and how to set them up and all of that. But here, the big thing is use the custom box like I'm showing you. And I just simply put, when you purchase, you agree to the purchase terms. And then you hyperlink to the purchase terms. So this is where my digital infrastructure, I have a log of all my pages, all my domains. I can just come in, find the purchase terms that I need. You're going to watch me copy the URL, and then I can just paste it into the Kajabi page. Whether it is free or you are charging, use purchase terms. Now, purchase terms are not the same as your website terms. Those are very different things. One is public facing, your website terms. One is private facing, or in between you and your client. So this is me double checking, triple checking. Yes, I was using the correct link. So attorneys check our work too. So I came in and I'm adding in the purchase terms, and this you're protecting what you're building. So I know you guys are always in a rush to get those offers done, but man, oh man, when you don't slow down and put your purchase terms in, you end up potentially with very large messes, and the people you end up having to pay to fix it, like myself, you pay us a lot of money, like a lot of money. So if you could just tell your future self, hey, future self, if I just link this, I don't have to pay someone like Tamsen $5, $6, $7, $10,000 when this makes a massive mess. That's pretty good minute wage you're paying yourself just by putting in the link to your purchase terms. So now I'm back in Backstage, really just kind of taking a look. I like that it is simple because you don't have to mess with things. The other piece is, this is linked in the description, the Kajabi help page for this will tell you how many Backstage offers or seats. I think they're calling them seats you get. So as a founder, I have 10 seats. So I can put 10 different clients in here at a time. And if I want to put in more, which if you're charging $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, the seats are $10 a head. So it's a very good return on investment for that reason. And there's lots of ideas on, how you would price something like this. You can't mess this up. You really can't. So don't overthink it. I've watched way too many people sit on their offers because did I charge too much? Did I charge too little? Did I do pick a number that you are good with. If you literally have nothing to base it on, pick a number and go with it and be like, you know what? I'm going to sell 5 of these, and then I'm going to reevaluate whether I'm high, low, or exactly where I need to be. So I think people will say, if you have a $200 course, multiply it times 5 or multiply it times 10. What I've witnessed in years of observations is it's highly facts and circumstances dependent. I have one client, we were just on a call this past Wednesday as we were all kind of starting to, talk about things that were going on in Backstage, and they run a recurring monthly payment, and it is $1,800 a month. And they onboard the clients as they're coming in. It's an open door. It's not an open, closed throughout the year. You can join anytime. And they can use those rotating seats to onboard the new people as they're coming in the door. And I think that is a fabulous use case for this software. So this is a game changer. There you have it. Now, as the months go by, I will keep sharing with you different ways that I'm finding to use it, sharing ways that my PBK members are using it. And just know, if there is something inside of you that is like, oh, I could do that, but I don't like this. There's always a way through. There's always a through line. And I remember at the very beginning, I was crying, sitting in a recliner with an infant, completely postpartum. And like, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how I'm going to figure out how to be a mom and a lawyer and use this law degree. But there was something inside me that said, I'll figure it out. Like, I will figure it out. So if you would like help along that way, reach out. This is something that I want it for everybody. I want everyone to be so incredibly thrilled and energized by what you are able to do. And it can look different than everyone else's. It does not need to look like mine. It does not need to look like the next YouTube video you watch or the one you watched 2 videos ago. It gets to look like yours. And that is the best part, my favorite part about Kajabi. And if you go back to 2016 when videos started showing up with me and a baby and Kajabi, the best part was they made a set of Lego blocks that Mr. Beast could play with the Lego blocks and I can play with the Lego block, and we can both have an ideal experience for both of us. That is a solid set of blocks because I could not be more different than Mr. Beast. I couldn't be. Mr. Beast, if you're watching, I absolutely, completely adore you. You have taught my children so many things. I think you are one stinking incredible human, and your business acumen is like none other. So that's it. Enjoy, let your thoughts percolate, and I will see you again on another video. Bye.